This is a story called The School That Separates Boys from Girls. There's a school that takes kids from the age of 2 to the age of 18. However, this school is highly unusual because the headmaster won't let the kids mix together. The boys are taught in one side of the school and the girls are taught in the other side of the school. Even the little ones in the nursery are not allowed to mix. No one knows why, and as the headmaster is very strict, no one is brave enough to ask him. However, one day some of the older kids found their way of meeting up, but unfortunately the headmaster caught them, caned them, and gave them 3 hours detention after school. After that the kids often met up, but they were very careful not to get caught, because they knew they would be caned again. One day the whole school was called to the assembly hall. Girls sat on one side and the boys sat on the other side. The headmaster told them all, "I know you have all been meeting up with each other even though you know you're not supposed to. If I catch any of you, rest assured you will be punished. When I call your name out, I want you to come to the front." All the kids whose names were called out went to the front of the assembly hall. There were 6 of them, 3 boys and 3 girls, and the headmaster caned them in front of the whole school and said, "Now this be a lesson to you all. If you go against school rules, you will be caned. There will be no playtime for a week for those who have just been punished. Instead, you will sit and copy all of the school rules. If you haven't finished by the end of playtime, you will continue during the lunch hour. And if you still haven't finished by the time lunchtime is over, you will stay after school until you are finished. The rest of the week you will read a book and then write a book report. Have I made myself perfectly clear?" "Yes, sir." "Good, now go to your lessons." After that day, the kids didn't meet up again for a while. Then one day, some of the boys sneaked off during the lunch hour and went to the girls' part of the school. And one of the teachers saw them. All he said was, "Be careful, boys. You know what the headmaster will do if he catches you. I'm not going to say anything because I don't agree with his rules." Then the teacher walked away and the boys met up with the girls. Luckily, this time they weren't caught by the headmaster. A few days later, a female teacher caught some of the girls making their way to the boys' side of the school. She said to them, "Girls, be careful. The headmaster's in the boys' playground and as always he's in a foul mood. I don't agree with his rules either, so I won't stop you going over to the boys' yard. Just be careful that he doesn't see you." Thankfully the girls weren't caught, but some of the kids got together and organised a protest to stop boys and girls being separated and to stop corporal punishment. As you can imagine, the headmaster was very angry by this, but the kids just didn't care and they continued to protest. Somehow word got to the newspapers and the press got the whole protest on camera. The headmaster waited for the press to leave and all those who were involved in the protest were caned and suspended. After that day, the kids' parents decided that enough was enough and something had to be done. They arranged a private meeting with the school board, but most of them didn't think that the headmaster was doing anything wrong, so he was allowed to continue doing what he'd been doing, so they went higher up to the police. It turned out that corporal punishment had been banned a few years ago. However, the headmaster didn't care and he claimed that he didn't know that corporal punishment wasn't allowed anymore. He was investigated and then charged with several offences of using corporal punishment on kids. He was fired, banned from working with kids and sent to jail for 4 years. After that, a new headmaster came to work at the school and changed the rules so that boys and girls were taught together and there was no more segregation. The kids loved their new headmaster. He was very kind and caring. If anyone ever needed punishing, they were punished appropriately. The school is now a much happier and welcoming place for the kids. They no longer live in fear of being caned every time they did anything wrong. The end. Thank you.